Welcome to Art Psychotherapy Pathway, where this channel is dedicated to mental health, creativity, and research. Today, I'm going to explain a little bit about how art therapy intervention works, and to help me explain, I'll be using a made-up case study. Meet Eva, a 12-year-old girl who often feels alone even though she lives with her mum and dad. She feels as though she has no one to talk to and spends most of her time in her bedroom, either painting or reading books. For most of her childhood, Eva has grown up in a very volatile environment with constant conflict at home. Her mum and dad argue regularly, and mum tends to break stuff around the house in a fit of anger. Ongoing trouble at home can cause children to become used to these harmful patterns of behaviours. Eva's lack of emotional support from her parents often leaves her feeling isolated, anxious, and uneasy. Eva is at an important developmental stage in her life, transitioning from childhood to adolescence, a key time marked by social and school pressures to make friends and get good grades at school. Over a long period of time, chronic stress and anxiety can trigger the body's flight or fight response, releasing hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. This affects a childhood brain development, leaving someone like Eva susceptible to more serious mental health illnesses as she grows older. Now, at 18 years old, Eva's parents are divorced. She lives alone in a flat close to her university, and she's rediscovered her love for painting and manages to cope well in her own space. Unfortunately, Eva continues to avoid social interactions with most people, finding herself struggling to maintain both platonic and romantic relationships. One day, she decided to reach out to an old friend. Eva told her the difficulties she'd been facing ever since she was young, and now she feels worried that she's becoming just like her mum. Her friend listened with empathy and advised her to reach out to a therapist. Eva was hesitant talking to professionals about her personal problems, worried that someone in her community would find out. So she fell into her old habits and avoided sessions when the therapist brought up her family dynamics, until one day she was recommended to try art therapy. Art therapy is a form of psychotherapy that uses art media as a form of communication. It provides individuals with the opportunity to explore their mental health challenges through creative expression. So, you might be wondering, well, how does this all work? For a teenager like Eva, who has experienced prolonged anxiety and familial conflict, art therapy can provide a powerful means of self-expression, emotional healing, and personal growth. Psychodynamic art therapy in particular explores your early childhood experiences, looking at your relationship with your mum, dad, and/or caregiver. Those who have experienced prolonged anxiety or trauma in childhood may find it difficult to express the emotions verbally in adulthood. Art therapy allows Eva to express her feelings in a non-verbal way, offering her a different medium to communicate her inner world to the therapist. This is particularly important if she struggles with talking about difficult subjects, like her parents' past arguments or her own emotional pain. By creating visual representations of her feelings and/or memories, she can process the trauma without having to relive it in detail. For example, despite her skills in fine art, Eva's drawings in art therapy have become more and more messy over time. That's because she spent less time on detailed sketches and more time on exploring the roughly drawn characters and connecting them to her mum. Art therapy allows Eva to give shape and form to overwhelming emotions like fear, sadness, or anger. By externalizing these feelings into art, she can gain a sense of control over them. This can be a very long process, but it will eventually allow her to begin opening up about her past family issues, current relationship difficulties, and bring light to her patterns of behaviour, bringing forth new insight and personal growth into her world. Eventually, Eva can better understand her emotions, improve her self-esteem, and build coping strategies that support her as she navigates the challenges of adolescence and adulthood. So, I hope that gave you a better understanding of art therapy and how it can support your mental health. Here is a list of symptoms that you might be experiencing that may be considered for art therapy intervention. Feel free to pause and review these closely. Mind you, this list is not exhaustive and are only some of many examples. And as you've seen with Eva, art therapy is not an art class and can be emotionally challenging. However, it is suitable for both children and adults. So, want to know more about art therapy services? I've included where you can go for help. The British Association of Art Therapists make it easy to find an art therapist near you. On the other hand, Art Psychotherapy Pathway are a friendly and approachable private practice based in the northeast of England. Here we tailor your care for your individual needs and specialise working in small deprived communities. We encourage referrals from friends and family as we understand the barriers and struggles of BAME communities and low-income households for accessing mental health care. Links to these websites will be included in the description box below. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. For more art therapy content, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. For any further questions, feel free to drop me a comment or check out my website for more information.